The narcissistic gang stalkers are on the prowl again. Good morning, targeted individuals. I created this video to bring you a stern warning as well as a word of encouragement. If you feel like the tactics of the narcissistic gang stalkers against you has intensified, that their tactics of bullying and harassment, if they've amped it up, if you feel like they've turned up the fire against you, their activities have increased from 0 to 60 now, then you are absolutely right. What you're experiencing at this time, you're absolutely right. You see, the narcissistic gang stalkers, they know just when to hit you at a time when they feel you're most vulnerable or that you have been weakened. And those times include, special life events. Maybe you have lost a loved one, you're mourning, times when you're vulnerable and they feel that you are weak. Or if there are special events in your life, that is the time that they would choose to send you a curveball. You see, narcissistic gang stalkers, they always return to the scene of the crime to see if what they're doing is working. And they may go away for a moment, but they go away to regroup and then they return 7 times worse. And so, what is the period of time that we're going through now? What is the event that's happening right now in which narcissistic gang stalkers have amped up their activities? The holidays. The holidays, a time where people are feeling or in a mood or the spirit of more peace and more love. You see, narcissistic gang stalkers, they hate an atmosphere of peace and love. And they will do anything to disturb or upset the balance of an atmosphere that contains a lot of peace and love. And so, the narcissistic gang stalker, you know, they will increase their activities against you either, physically, mentally, emotionally, and even get this spiritually. And so I just came to warn you to be careful. Be very careful. Okay? Um, so let's get into the ways that the narcissistic gang stalkers, how they can figure out the best time to amp up their tactics. Well, they figure it out because they're always monitoring you. Always. The narcissistic gang stalker is always watching you one way or another. You may not see them, but they see you. And so on today, we're going to discuss the 4 different ways that the narcissistic gang stalkers are able to monitor you. Okay? So that they can know exactly what you're doing, how you're doing, and they want to make sure that what they're doing to you that is working, that you're weakening or that you're about to fall or that you have fallen. You see, the goal of the narcissistic gang stalker, remember this, is to totally destroy or annihilate you. That's their goal in life. And so let's talk about the 4 ways in which they do that. The first way that they achieve this is through the flying monkeys. The flying monkeys are those that the narcissistic gang stalker employ to watch your every move, to monitor you, and to report back to them. These flying monkeys monitor you either by, you know, taking a video of you, taking photos, or even personally engaging and talking to you just to get information and report it back to the main narcissistic gang stalker. The second way that they monitor you is on your social media pages. So be careful who you engage with on your social media pages. Anyone that tries to move too fast or that tries to encourage you to talk with them offline or give them your personal telephone number, Be careful with that because not everyone on your social media page is a true follower, subscriber, or friend. Not everyone is a targeted individual or an empath. Narcissistic gang stalkers know how to create several different fake social media pages in order to engage with you, to watch you, so that they can gain or collect data that they can use against you later on. The third way that the narcissistic gang stalker monitors you is by stalking you, either overtly or covertly. A lot of times it's covert, it's insidious how they do it. And by the time you realize that they're watching you and they've collected information, you're in a full blown narcissistic gang stalker attack. But with the stalking you in person, they will just by happenstance show up at places that you frequent a lot. Your favorite restaurant, the place where you go and get your hair and nails done, the grocery store, the movie theater, whatever, etc., etc., the same time that you show up there. And so change up your routine a little bit. Change it up just a little bit. The fourth place that they monitor you is through your cell phone. They can either, send some sort of malware or something, some sort of spyware, but they're also good at having these fake telephone numbers where they call you from different area codes. So narcissistic gang stalker can live in Florida, but they will use an area code and call you from a cell phone number with a Connecticut, a California, a Chicago area code with hopes that you'll pick up the phone so that they can make contact with you. The narcissistic gang stalker wants to do everything in their power to remain relevant in your life. And so I don't care how much you block or delete these numbers, they will go and they will change their cell phone numbers and they will call you the next day around the same time, but with a different telephone number. And you may think, well, that takes a lot of work in order to monitor someone. Well, the narcissistic gang stalkers, you see, they have nothing but time when it comes to totally destroying you or your life. So be careful.